Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels here with Sergio Perez, now 4-1 pro. He just had a fight this past weekend on May 19th. He got a TKO victory, ground and pound finished in the last few seconds of round one. How are you doing, Sergio?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing well. Just over here hanging out. First week after the fight. It's always kind of good to kind of get back into the swings of things.
Right, so you just fought for Gladiator Challenge 21. It was a catch weight at 140. Usually you fight at featherweight. Can you tell us why it was at a catch weight?
Yeah. So I actually when I started off my amateur career, we had decided that I was going to do a 145, and for amateur bout, they're actually same day weigh-in, so it's a little tougher. You have to weigh in and usually around noon, and then you get to fight depending on the card, 6-7 p.m. So we decided to do 145 for amateur, and we always had a goal to get a couple fights in the professional ranks at 145, and then eventually get down to 135, where we felt, myself and my team felt we would have the best chance to get to the big shows. And so we wanted to do it the right way, and we decided to do a catch weight bout first to see how my body would respond to getting down there, and then after that see where we're at, and then get down to 135. So the goal is to get down to 135.
So the cutting that extra 5 pounds, obviously you won the fight, but did that have any effect in your performance?
I wouldn't say it had any effect on my performance other than just the kind of the new waters to kind of to say that it was like a new something completely new. Seeing those numbers on the scale, seeing 140, 141, 142 as opposed to 140, 145, and then see it's kind of more like a psychological game in that sense. But other than that, I think the weight cut went great. I mean, a couple hiccups here and there, just from stuff that I didn't foresee. But yeah, I felt comfortable. I felt great. I felt like that's a better weight. And I can't wait to get down to actually weighing 135 and see where that goes. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it felt great. Nothing out of the ordinary. It was good to go.
So you got the first round TKO the last few seconds actually of the round. Can you talk us through that? You had, I think you were, or just go ahead and walk us through it for.
Yeah, definitely. So leading up to this camp, I actually had the chance to prepare for. I did the Eddie Bravo Invitational for the second time, and so which I mean I was extremely thankful for, and love to thank Eddie Bravo for inviting me, on such a huge platform. So I got the chance to prepare for that. So but that's just jiu-jitsu. So I was preparing for that, and then I got the call that I was going to fight Milton, and then I looked him up, and I kind of knew he's more of like a Muay Thai guy, kickboxer. So I was like, all right, cool, So we really, studied his game plan, and we got to the drawing boards, and we really worked out a game plan where we could see different setups, working on my stand up. So that's what we really focused on. So when the fight came, I think I threw like a 1-1-2 into a double leg, and then right away I felt the kind of like the strength difference. Picked them up, and then went to work against the cage. And that's where I definitely, looking back in retrospect, I could see myself fitting in at 135 because I know he's fought at 135. And so, yeah, from there, it was more or less kind of just taking what he gave me. We got into a couple back and forth transitions. And then, yeah, I believe the last I was able to turn into him with about 30 seconds left. I think I saw the match. And then, sure enough, I was able to posture up and land a couple of ground and pound punches from his guard. And I saw like his face. So I was like, his expression, I was like, oh man, this is it. Turned into it. He kind of turtled up, and then I think I landed a few more, and I think Mike Beltran, I think that's when he stopped the fight. I think with like 4 seconds left. That was pretty crazy.
Right. There's a lot to take in there. When Mike did stop the fight, he leaped in and he kind of gave you a push.
Yeah, he did, man. I did my best like LeBron flop impersonation there, but yeah, man. Mike is great, man. He's reffed I don't know how many of my fights, and he's an excellent referee. So I think he did an excellent job there. Man, he's a big dude, man. You know, he's got that beard, pretty intimidating. I can't take me probably like my whole lifetime to grow that, but yeah, he stepped in and he gave me a nice little push, but it was cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw that he posted on your Instagram about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is big. He's always lifted and stuff. He's in the gym quite a bit.
Yeah, he's huge, man. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. Yeah, he's doing awesome, man. His kid's a fellow wrestler. He's doing big things over there at St. John Bosco. I'm excited to see how. Yeah, it's an excellent program. I'm excited to see how he does in the future.
So you said that when you got the name Milton, you went ahead and looked him up. One of the things that jumped out to me was he's never been finished before, and every one of your victories, you got the finish. So going into that, did that play anything? Did you know that?
I did. Yeah, I'm very analytical like that. I like to really, I think that's where the game's at now. I like to really break down every little thing that I can. I like to really pinpoint stuff, and that is something that I noticed, and that's something that I set a goal for myself. When I see something that hasn't been done, I want to do it. Actually, my only loss that I have was against a guy. I think that he also hasn't been finished, and I wanted to go in there and prove a point. It's more like to myself that, yeah, I can finish him, and it's something, that I think that all 35ers, should kind of take into account now that I did finish Milton, that he's never been finished. He's a gamer, he's a scrapper, he's tough, he's a good fighter, and I don't shy away from challenges, definitely. My last fight was again against a really game opponent. He was huge, came in huge. And that's kind of like when I was like, all right, it's a good time for me to drop down. My last fight was against Pius, I believe. He's a big featherweight, featherweight lightweight. But yeah, so yeah, I did notice that actually. To answer your question, that he had never been finished. So that's something that I'm proud of, and going forward, I'd like to keep that. Yeah, I think all my fights are finishes so far.
Does the anxiety still set in, like before you do that walk when you're in the tunnel? Are you experiencing anxiety?
No, I get that question a lot, and I actually do something that before my fight that I've done since my first amateur fight that I've done that I got from my football coach over at in high school. We did a little bit of meditation before, and you kind of meditate, you kind of visualize everything that you can see happening in the fight, before the fight, during the fight, after the fight. You visualize it, you relieve all this tension, and then that way, when you actually it does happen, then it's like you've been there before. You've seen that before, in your mind. But so yeah, the anxiety for me personally, it doesn't kick in. It's something that I kind of embrace. I kind of just I try not to think about the everything going on outside that cage, and I try to embrace what's going on in there, and then that's worked out for me. So far, yeah. I mean, I've never had like a panic attack or anxiety, but I mean, that's not to say that you can definitely feel it. I mean, that anxiety feeling where it's like, all right, man, like if I start thinking about this, if I invite this thought, then I'm going to invite that thought. And then once you open those gates up, then you're like, oh shit, yeah, anxiety. But yeah, it's there. I kind of I do a good job, or at least I like to think that I do a good job of kind of pushing it aside and staying focused. That what's in front of me.
So you put away some things like going into training camp or during training camp going into the fight. I know you skipped out on Slim's birthday cake, but
Yeah.
after the fight, you had a pretty big after party. Can you tell us what you did?
Yeah, man. I went to I had a wedding to go to. Couldn't miss it, man. It was our friend's wedding, and we went to go celebrate. So that was awesome. It's always good to go celebrate with your friends, their successes, and to put aside your what you do and go out there and celebrate with people that that you love and you care about, and to remember that it's not all it's not all about you. It's there's other people living as well.
Yeah, and you were able to go to the wedding with no injuries, no black
Yeah,
eyes.
nothing. Yeah, it was good. It was good actually. Nothing. That face was good. Didn't get hurt. Was able to enjoy myself with my wife, and came home to my two dogs, Slim and Swan, and everything was good. Just actually got done. Went on a jog today. I'm ready to go. I can't wait to see what's next.
So, looking back on the fight now in the training camp, everything's over. Who would you say that helped you out the most?
I would say that's I can't really pinpoint one person. I would say that it's a combination of definitely my team, my wife, my family, my friends. Everybody would tell you that it takes a collective a collective, let's see, effort, to actually get you into the cage. My team definitely helped me out tremendously. Obviously they prepared me. I was able to break down, Milton's tendencies, his openings. That's one. Then my other teammates actually helped me prepare. I was able to fight on the same card as Jonathan Martin, so we were training a lot together, running, drilling, and then our Sensei Gokor, of course, grappling. And then all my other teammates that get that push me, day in and day out, bully me, and then at home, it wouldn't be possible without without a good support system. My wife putting up with those extra 5 pounds, man, they're tough. You get kind of get a little grumpy, the week of. My brother, everybody takes a collective effort. Like I said, people like you who are helping us give us a platform to actually talk about it. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. So you mentioned 135. You actually put bantamweight on notice, saying, "Look at what I just did." When would you like to get back in there?
As soon as possible. As soon as I can get an offer for a fight that makes sense, or any fight, or if even it's at 45, if it's a short notice fight, I'm ready to go. Like I said, I just do it because I love it. I'm lucky enough to have a good support system, and lucky enough that I didn't get hurt. So yeah, ideally 135. Give me adequate time to get down there, and I'll go in there, put on a show.
Right on. Where can the fans connect with you on social media?
You can reach me Sergio Perez MMA Instagram, and then that's usually what I'm on.
Right on. Sergio Perez, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Take care.